fingers to the fader. Raise your hands up to the speakers. You are here to entertain us. From the DJ to the mixer, from my fingers to the fader. Raise your hands up to the speakers, because this is for the ragers. From the DJ to the mixer, from my fingers to the fader. Raise your hands up to the speakers. You are here to entertain us.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the March 2021 TCNewTech Pitch Event. I'm Jennifer Zunko. I'm the Executive Director of TCNewTech, and we are broadcasting live from the 20 Fathoms offices right in Traverse City, and we're so glad that you have joined us. This is officially 1 year that we have been hosting online-only events, and we really look forward to a time when we can all gather in one place and have in-person events again. But we hope that you're still making connections through the comments. Click on and tell us where you're from. Let us know that you're out there, just so that we're sitting here in our offices by ourselves, but we want to know that you're part of the conversation. And don't be afraid to use the chat to greet your friends that you see posting comments, or tell us about any relevant community activities or events that you have, or any announcements that you have. Feel free to use our chat for that. We just love to hear from you guys, and we'll all be toasting to one another in person in the near future, I hope. We've got a great lineup for tonight. We have 4 startups, and each startup will have 5 minutes to pitch their business idea, and then 5 minutes of questions and answers. So be sure to add your questions at any time throughout the event or throughout the pitches in the chat, and we will feed those to the presenters after they finish their pitch. Then at the end, after everyone has pitched, then you'll get a chance to vote for your favorite business. But right now, I want to bring on my co-host for tonight, Sarah Hunt. And Sarah is a founding member of TCNewTech, and she's an account executive with Michigan Broadband. And Michigan Broadband is a main sponsor for tonight's event, and they have been for the past year, and have made a commitment to us in the year ahead. But Sarah is also our business development person for TCNewTech, so she works with sponsors and does a lot of legwork for TCNewTech. So we're so happy to have her. And welcome, Sarah. I'm so glad that you're here tonight to help me co-host this event.
Thanks, Jen. It's been great to see your face in person a little tonight, too.
Yeah. Let's, we're going to show a quick little video from Michigan Broadband. So we'll have Josh from AK Productions cue up that Michigan Broadband video. Okay, so as I said, we have 4 startups pitching tonight for the chance to win a $500 pitch prize. That's provided by our sponsor, DGN Advisory. And whether you're buying or selling a business, or you're searching for ways to add value to your business, you're charting a path for rapid growth, or managing your way through a crisis, DGN Advisory is made up of professionals with decades of real-life business experience, and we are so grateful that they're providing the pitch prize this evening.
Yes, thank you. Well, TCNewTech is a nonprofit powered by the generous support of our sponsors, as Jennifer has started to introduce them, and also our members. It's our mission to create a community that can pool its skills and resources and make a difference within our region. You can become a part of our ecosystem by easily becoming a member. To scan that Q code, and that will help you just hear about our events as well. Also by participating in our events in general. We also have, support to our startups, which is really important, that are pitching tonight. So don't forget to vote, reach out to them, ask questions, help them stay engaged. Every act of generosity counts, and everyone has something to give.
Great. So just a little bit more instructions about the voting. What at the end, during each pitch, you'll see a code that shows up for the presenters. So remember that code, and you will have 2 minutes to text your vote to this phone number on the screen, 203-529-8755. But that won't be until the end of our program, after all of the presenters have pitched. I'll let you take it away, Sarah.
Great. Thanks, Jennifer. So tonight we have Valerie Oberchain. She is going to be introducing her company. She's the founding CEO of Advanced Interactive Response Systems. Welcome, Valerie.
Thank you.
I think we have her here. Thanks. Great. Well, welcome to our TCNewTech virtual stage. You have 5 minutes to present and 5 minutes for Q&A.
Perfect. I'm excited to be here. Thank you so much for having me. My name is Valerie Oberchain, and I'm a registered respiratory therapist with 20 years of experience. I see firsthand many issues surrounding oxygen therapy, but no good solutions out there.
I have to interrupt you for just a second, Valerie. You need to re-share your screen.
Oh, no. Okay. Sorry about that. Let me see what's going on here. Thank you for letting me know. I would have kept going through the whole thing. I never would have realized.
I know it's hard because you don't see what we see, but okay, I see it's coming on. There we go.
There we go.
And start from the beginning, and there you're ready to roll.
Perfect. Thank you. As I was saying, I'm a respiratory therapist with 20 years of experience. My name is Valerie Oberchain, and I've seen a lot of issues that our oxygen patients face firsthand, but no good solutions out there. I searched for these solutions, and when I couldn't find any, I created some. And that's how Advanced Interactive Response Systems was born. We also go by AIRS as well. It's not so much of a mouthful. Our first digital health solution is called the AIRS Oxygen Flow Monitor. This is the first device that is designed to monitor both the oxygen user and their oxygen supply. Now, what this does is it really helps to ensure that the patient's actually receiving the appropriate amount of oxygen. So we've seen really big issues with the patients that, have some type of mechanical failure with their oxygen supply, or now with everything that's been going on with COVID, that their SpO2, which is their non-invasive way to measure their blood oxygen levels, are low. And patients don't always realize it. So we've really seen a need for a device like ours. Now, we've integrated non-ins pulse oximetry technology into our devices because they're the leaders in pulse oximetry. So we weren't trying to reinvent the wheel, but just give the oxygen users and their families something that they really needed. The type of challenges that oxygen users face are things as simple as an oxygen tank that could come depleted, some type of mechanical failure, or disconnected tubing. COPD is the 4th leading cause of death right here in the United States. And we really need to monitor our most vulnerable oxygen users. So we have a total addressable market of $4.6 billion for AIRS products. So you can see we have a large market. Our biggest market is in the long-term care and also the home care. So the patients in those areas are not monitored very closely. So that's when we have a lot of issues with things like their oxygen tanks becoming depleted. Currently, the oxygen users, they'll take the oxygen out of their nose on this nasal cannula checking it to make sure it's still working. That's kind of the quality of life they have. We really seen a need to do something more because we've seen that there's a huge problem in what we were currently doing, and there weren't the right solutions out there. Our devices even help to notify the oxygen supplier to help prioritize their oxygen deliveries by letting them know their oxygen tank status. This has never been done before. The current products here are kind of our competitors, but we're really comparing apples to oranges. Praxair there, they have a digital oxygen tank with a regulator on there. So this is only good for their designs. MaxTech has got a little device that just kind of respiratory therapists like myself will take out to a patient's home and do a quick spot check on. There's no really continuous remote monitoring of those patients. Currently, it's just a regulator and a nurse that are doing a lot of that. So we really see the need to make a difference. So our devices are unique in that we're monitoring, like I said, both the oxygen supply and the user. But because of some of the key data that we're collecting, we actually have reimbursement that we could use. So CMS has existing CPT codes, and these will allow us for recurring monthly revenue for our devices, which is huge. This has not been done before. Hence why we're so different. We have patents that have been issued on our product designs. So because we are a unique product, we've actually filed multiple patents. We have 3 that are issued right here in the United States. We have lots of claims in our patents that really include a complete respiratory product line to help keep our oxygen users safe and give them the type of devices that they're looking for. So we continue to file patents. We've just completed our 5th patent filing based upon the needs of the customers. So we're going to continue to keep innovating and bringing valuable respiratory products to market. So we've really put together a great team. Not only just our executive team, but our investment team, but we've also partnered with those. I was mentioning Nanan as being one of our partners earlier. Currently, we have manufacturing done. We're an FDA registered company today. We've launched a moisture exchange tubing, which is the first portable humidification system out there. It provides 6 months of humidification and is bacteria static. So it's a really unique product. We're working with a group called Lavelle Government Solutions to get this product into the VAs. With being able to introduce our product in the VAs, it allows us to sell directly and also set up a nice sales channel. So as soon as we're ready to launch the oxygen flow monitor, once we complete the FDA process, then we're going to have the same sales channel to start to launch our oxygen flow monitor as well. All our manufacturing is done right here in Michigan. So we really try to build upon our partnerships that are right here locally and try to grow jobs here in our community, in our backyard. Our financial projections, by year 5, we could reach $66 million in gross revenue. And this is actually pretty conservative. This is only reaching about 1% of our total addressable market. So we can see there's huge potential for not only this product, but a complete AIRS product line. So we're really working hard to get our products out into the hands of those oxygen users that truly need them. Currently, we've opened our round for $1.5 million. Use of funds will include about $700,000 for product inventory, $400,000 to complete our product testing. Now we're a 510K Class 2 product. So Nanan, who is also our OEM partner, is also our predicate device. So they've shared all their data with us. So we're working hard and we're close to completing that process, but need to get it over these few little hurdles here. Next, we need the $400,000 for sales and marketing. Our most likely exit would be from an acquisition through like an Air Liquide. So really wanted to say thank you so much for your time today. If you'd like to learn more about AIRS and our company, please reach out to me at Valerie@oxygenalarms.com. We also have our phone number there too if you'd like to reach out. And thank you so much for this opportunity.
Great. Thank you, Valerie. It'll take a minute or two for questions to start coming in here. And I'm getting a little bit of feedback, so bear with us here. It looks like Robert's asking, where is the device manufactured?
Right here in Michigan. Currently, we have Into Being as our development partners, and they're located in Saline, Michigan. We're planning a manufacturing transfer, so when we go into the large volumes, then we're going to have a manufacturing transfer, and we're planning that to Oxys right here in Auburn Hills, Michigan.
Okay. Great. We still have a few more coming up here in the queue. Well, while we're talking, this is great. I mean, most I've experienced as being a first responder in field, everything we were utilizing was somebody who just saw either a lack or a need, as you're saying, and made those tools happen. So this is really great stuff, especially for some people that are really in need. I mean, errors, we don't have those.
Right. I think some of the best inventions have been just from people seeing the need firsthand and trying to do something a little different.
Great. All right. So do you have any plans to extend your activity out of the U.S.?
Yes, we've actually filed a patent cooperation treaty for our patents, which include us to have their patents issued in other countries. So we just had a patent in Australia issue, and we also have Canada that's issuing soon, and the European Union. So we're looking for strategic partners to help expand to our global reach, because this isn't just a problem right here in the US. This is a global issue, just like this is a global pandemic. So our devices are needed everywhere. So we're doing our best to get them out to where they're needed.
It's great stuff.
That was a great question.
Yeah. Looking for more. Well, if you'd like to expand more on, how you plan to locally expand with your network within, working within our, little ecosystem of Michigan manufacturers, how could we help you do that?
Yeah, we've got a great, some great partners lined up right here locally in Michigan, but we're looking to kind of expand that reach. We're looking for more investors and more strategic partners and other people that just care about oxygen. We're always doing customer discovery, so that never stops for us. We're always looking at oxygen users to give their feedback on our designs. So in whatever way you'd like to be involved, if you'd like to be involved, I'm sure we'll have a fit for you. So just reach out.
Great. Looks like we're getting close on time here. This has been great. So once again, contact Valerie with AIRS.
Yep, and my email is Valerie@oxygenalarms.com. Thank you.
Great, thanks for coming. So before our next pitch, we'd like to say thank you to our supporting sponsors. Without our great Lisa Baker, we've had her as our MC almost every event, this past virtual event, and I'm stepping in, but she's helped our community with all their HR needs. So contact Lisa if you're looking to figure out your compliance issues. Once again, too, to State Farm, Susan Serafadine-Rouser, her agency is just phenomenal in community support in Traverse City. I'm always seeing their posts. They're just engaging with our community and supporting our businesses left and right. And SCORE, without the mentorship of helping our presenters, it's great to have them on board as a supporting sponsor. We're very thankful. We also have Northern Michigan Angels. They do a lot of behind the scene work that you just do not realize. So look into their website, see how you can get involved, maybe become a member. And the Nielsen Family Foundation. We're just thankful for their generous support. So next, we're going to hear from Britta Carlson. She is the founder of MedPro Share. Hi.
Hello, and thank you for having me, Sarah.
Love your back view. It's beautiful.
Thank you. I thought I would bring some sunshine. We don't get much up here in the UP without it snowing. So I thought on a Tuesday night, I'm going to share the sunset over Marquette here in my background.
Perfect. So as always, you have 5 minutes for presenting and 5 minutes for Q&A.
Thank you, Sarah. Are you able to see my screen with the QR code available?
We do. Everybody grab
Awesome.
a snapshot.
Welcome to MedPro Share. My name is Britta Carlson, CEO and founder. If you could take a minute to pull the camera up on your phone to scan the QR code, that will give you my contact information saved right to your phone so that we can stay connected. I'd like to introduce to you MedPro Share. As I just dropped off my little one to swimming lessons as a single mom, she just learned how to swim on her own this week. Today, we're going to dive into how MedPro Share can revolutionize healthcare. As an occupational therapist, getting my graduate degree, the first problem I identified was the ability to keep information available at our fingertips. Technology gives us that ability. I was creating kits of diagnoses that kept treatment plans and patient handouts and home programs classified by their diagnosis. I thought this was a great situation since I knew I was going to live in a rural area, such as here in Marquette, and I wanted to be able to have the same information available at my fingertips, such as urban environments. If I were at U of M seeing the same diagnosis every day, I wanted that information available at my fingertips. The downfall is filing cabinets are an outdated method to do that. The information in there doesn't get updated. There's not a feedback loop that continuously improves that information. So the problem identified was that medical practitioners, specifically therapists like me as an occupational therapist, working in a school in a rural area, or such as Valerie herself as a respiratory therapist, other physical therapists, occupational therapists, speech therapists, nurses, a variety of us as medical practitioners lack reputable and effective resources and products that are specific to diagnoses and treatments that are available at our fingertips. So we keep reinventing the wheel, creating new handouts and new home programs instead of leveraging a network where we could share those all together and have that information at our fingertips around the clock with an international perspective. That's where MedPro Share was born, an online marketplace for therapists and other licensed medical professionals to upload and share their resources, as well as search and buy other medical professionals' resources. So whether you're a business, a corporation, or an individual, you can upload your resources for sale. So there's no more comparing Mayo Clinic's information to U of M's information to a cutting edge therapist's information that's out of Florida. Here in Michigan, all of that information is available to you. If I'm an OT in the schools, I want access to the top leading in the world, such as Finland. I want to know what that OT is providing her students to get the best outcomes, who are top 5 in the educational industry. I want to download her resources, and I not only want to download them, but I want to meet one-on-one with her, and I want to monetize her for that time. This is all available in one centralized database where we tie together products, services, and consumers all in one place in a prosumerism environment where uploaders are both the producer as well as the consumer. So with me being an occupational therapist in the schools, I'm going to upload school-based resources. I'm going to upload my treatment plans, the kits that I send to the teachers, the kits that I send home with the kid from school so that they can be evolving their skills, not just in my OT room, but also in their classroom and in their home environment. But I want to leverage that ability for another OT that doesn't want to take 2 hours to create that same kit. She can just search that diagnosis of what that kid is struggling with, or what that deficit is, or what treatment plan she's looking for, download that resource and implement it over and over again. This leads to monetization for the greater good, whether that is a business, a corporation, or an individual that's uploading. That monetization process looks like 80% take home for whoever is the uploader. I want you to know that in my master's, I worked with a team where we created a diagnosis. We looked at a diagnosis, looked at the treatment codes available, and figured out, why don't we have the information to know what are the top 5 treatments that result in the best outcome to get that patient discharged fastest? Knowing that we could do that for one diagnosis got me to thinking, we should have that available for every diagnosis. There's patent pending information that I'd love to share with you, but I'm not able to share with you till the end of the month. But this involves unique real-time algorithms and data analytics that prove what is the best treatment strategy that we have available to our knowledge today, with a 20% commission model take home to the platform. There's over 2 million therapists, 19 million nurses. The marketplace is huge, especially with COVID and non-essential services not being provided during COVID. Home programs are available on the platform, as well as live one-to-one sessions. We've taken a look at other shortcomings and solve those shortcomings of existing platforms. We've implemented IP protection, peer review vetting process, data analytics, and continuing ed credits, which we all need anyway as medical professionals, all for the cost of about a latte a month. There's been over $190 million going into information sharing platforms since 2005. Our pro forma shows a plan for $100 million in year 5. MedPro Share is set up for success. Teachers have cracked this code annually. Each year, that is, they generate $1 billion in sales just by teachers sharing their plans, lesson plans, and flashcards and handouts, with just their top selling document being over $500,000. Currently, school-based speech, OT, and PTs have taken to their platform because they don't have one that fits for them, and there's been over 1.2 million downloads, so we know that there's a market there. We're looking for $300,000 in funding, and we're going to take that funding and split it among the patent process, as well as building the platform, including marketing costs. I've got a great, robust team of professionals, and I want to thank everybody for tuning in on their precious Tuesday night, as well as TCNewTech for having me. Thank you very much. If you didn't get a chance to scan the QR code in the beginning, please pull up your camera and save my information, and I'd love to connect with you.
Great, thank you. So we're just waiting for the questions to come in. Is there anything we could do to help you connect with more professionals?
Absolutely. So the beauty of MedPro Share is that it encompasses medical professionals across the board. What we're looking at primarily right now is funding to move me from the next level, to get my proof of concept out there. So right now what we're looking at is any venture capitalists that are interested to contact me.
Great. Looks like you just got a high five for such an interesting concept from Barb.
Thank you. I feel like we should know, as a professional going into the medical field, I want to know that I'm confident and competent in my setting, and I want that to be leveraged across settings. I want people to pick up as needed shifts, covering every floor, providing the same care as U of M or Mayo Clinic in rural areas. So regardless of where you're geographically located, you know that you're receiving the best treatment for that certain diagnosis. You have that information available.
Great. You'd mentioned the work you did in school. Do you see this as a platform to take to that learning education level for an introduction as they move out?
Yeah, absolutely. As we need continuing education credits. So when you download information from here, whether that's a home program or a treatment plan, it also comes with a quick quiz as well as a certification of completion, which then you can upload so that you're gaining credits. So it's kind of a double whammy. You're meeting a need for your patient, you're meeting a need for your education, and you're also becoming more confident and competent in your setting with that diagnosis.
Great. Just some more kudos to you, Britt. It's like you've got a plan on here. So
yeah, so I took it, while getting my master's, I took that specific diagnosis and we applied all those different treatment codes, and we're able to find out what is the best out there. And that's what I think should be available for all of us.
I'm not sure if this is a question or more of a statement. Volunteering as a ICU provider during the start of COVID, we were no resources other than what he heard first time when it hit the hospitals. I would love a platform for, I'm sorry, it's just not coming through, knowledge sharing. What are some advantages of filling this niche during the evolution of healthcare?
Absolutely. So this platform, when COVID hit, instead of information being scattered across and not peer-reviewed and not validated or vetted, MedPro Share has built in a peer-reviewed, vetted process where consortium approves and validates that the information that's getting out is accurate, which is something that we all have found was a problem, especially when COVID came out, and is still a problem today. Having this available, that ICU provider could have uploaded, I saw 10 patients today. This is a case study. These are the top 3 things that helped the most. And then we would be able to track through the data analytics, how many times that was downloaded, how many times that was shared, and then we'd be able to provide that real-time feedback to know what information we need to get out faster.
Great. And Michelle comes back in and says that she loves the concept, and she could see it spanning across other occupations too, which makes complete sense.
Yeah, I can see that, like with registered dietitians, how many times have they created meal plans for diabetics that have celiacs, meal plans for athletes, where this could be passive income that they could be making, and also information that we're not losing to people that retire. Instead of somebody retiring and taking industry knowledge, they can upload their resources and not leave the field with that information.
Okay, so we're just last question here, but basically she needs to ask, your idea is outstanding, but I need to ask, what is your business model for revenue? So we have a few more seconds to wrap that up.
Absolutely. So the uploader sets the price, whether that's a business, a corporation, or an individual, on whatever their document is or their video that they upload, and they take home 80% of that cost. The platform takes home 20% for costs.
Well, we'll encourage our members and audience to check back in after the end of the month with you. Thanks again, and good luck.
Thank you.
Great. And next we have Carrie, the Director of Marketing from 20 Fathoms.
Hi, everyone. My name is Carrie Hamlet, and I'm the Director of Marketing at 20 Fathoms, a tech incubator and co-working space in Traverse City. I want to give you a quick update on what we have going on at 20 Fathoms this month. Our big news is that we are just over 1 month away from the kickoff of our Health Spark Accelerator, which is a 12-week accelerator program for digital and telehealth startups, particularly those interested in engaging rural healthcare providers. We have a great slate of instructors and mentors that we're excited about. Some of them you can see here. The lineup includes leaders from Google, Cleveland Clinic, Bain & Company, and more. Many of our keynote presentations will be open to the public, so sign up for our newsletter at 20fathoms.org/newsletter to hear when registration opens. As I mentioned, we have a co-working space and we are accepting new members if you're thinking about getting out of the house, back into a professional environment, and connecting with other humans again soon. Check out the details on our website. We would be happy to give you a tour. Finally, 20 Fathoms is a nonprofit organization, and we are grateful to all of our supporters. I especially want to thank our founder-level sponsors, Munson Healthcare, the Casey Cowell Charitable Fund, and the Jim and Diana Huckle Family Foundation. Thanks, everyone. Have a great month.
Great, thanks. Now we have Nicholas Kerstock. Nicholas is coming to us. He's a TEDx speaker, socialpreneur, and founder of KindCatch. Hopefully he's able to join us. Hi, how's it going again?
Hey, great. How are you doing?
Great. So as always, you get 5 minutes for presenting and 5 minutes for Q&A.
Awesome. And is my screen up now? Awesome. Great. Yeah. Great job to Britta and great job to Valerie. And thanks so much to TCNewTech for having me. So working in an industry for really the last 11 years that thrives on audience engagement and storytelling, I've seen firsthand how impactful great stories told well can be. But I struggled to find an easy solution to do this at scale. So I built a solution for myself to use. And after drawing the attention of many others in my space, asking to use what I had built, that's when KindCatch was born. My name is Nicholas Kerstock. I'm the founder, Chief Kindness Officer at KindCatch. I want to share with you the opportunity. So marketing itself is a huge ocean worth trillions of dollars globally. And one thing being talked about in almost every marketing conversation is content. Successful marketing today is driven by great content, and especially user-generated content. And one niche of global marketing is digital marketing. And this niche alone is valued at almost $44 billion, and it's growing fast. We know that companies today believe in this shift to user-generated content because today, more than 86% of companies are trying to use UGC as part of their marketing strategy, and they're in need of a solution to do this at scale. We also see that great user-generated content can drive results, with 79% of consumers saying that highly quality user-generated content can impact their purchasing decisions. 2 decades ago, we were on the cusp of a wave around audience engagement and how we reach our supporters, and that was called email marketing. And some of us were on the cusp of that, and others said, not for me. But eventually we all got swept up by it. We're on the cusp of a similar wave today on how we connect with our audience, and that wave is video relationship marketing. There's a real problem that KindCatch is able to solve right on the edge of this wave. And the problem today with content marketing, video relationship marketing, especially user-generated content, is that it's a big lift. It's messy and complicated to gather user-generated content from our audience, and it's messy and complicated to share it out. Couple that with the cost. Organizations spend lots of time or money on their content strategy, all for really uncertain and unknown results. Think about the last time your organization shared media on your social media platforms. You were probably really disappointed with how many views you got. Or maybe you shared video out through your email campaign and were super disappointed in your 20% open rate and 10% click-through rate. KindCatch was built to solve these problems. We're simple and easy to use in your collecting and sharing of moments. We brought the product to the market at an easy and attractive price point, and we can deliver content directly to your audience via text and email, and we have the metrics and views to back it up with those results. KindCatch itself is a mobile content capture and distribution software that makes the collecting and sharing of video content easy for you and really engaging for your audience. We operate on a simple SaaS model at $99 to a $499 monthly subscription offerings that give us really strong monthly recurring revenue and annual recurring revenue. In what is really already a sparsely competitive pool, we're priced considerably less than our current competition, and being more affordable opens us up to a wide breadth of the market. We also have a really low churn and high staying power on the platform. When organizations use KindCatch and create more content, they're much stickier to the platform. Couple that with the more content that an organization creates, our algorithms will eventually be able to look at their engagement metrics and suggest back to them what type of content they should start making and who they should be sending it to. Lastly, we have a uniquely strong and powerful team that has an expansive network across multiple industries. One of the most notable team members that we have is a guy named Brian Lively, who's a brand building guru who had an exit with CrowdRise, a social fundraising platform for good that sold to GoFundMe, and also part of Moose Jaw, a high-end outdoor retailer that sold to Walmart. One of our board members and investors is Weinstein Carnegie Philanthropic Group. They're a top global cause marketing agency that brings a large athlete and celebrity network to what we're doing. We've already onboarded actor and activist Sean Penn's nonprofit, Core Response, onto the platform. And we're in talks with the likes of Seth Rogen's nonprofit and tennis athlete James Blake. With an affordable tool that really moves the needle for businesses and our simple business model, we can really onboard customers at a rapid pace that leads to really strong quarter-over-quarter growth. Our sales cycle is simple, from the moment of interaction to active user in really 2 to 4 weeks. We have 4 main customer acquisition channels with a really strong email and LinkedIn outreach strategy that's already been able to fill up the pipeline. We'll achieve $2 million in annual recurring revenue at the end of 2021 and $5 million in annual recurring revenue by the end of 2022. And really for us, the sky's the limit on where growth can take us because this platform does work across industries. We have really 4 main verticals that we target today: corporations, nonprofits, associations, and events. And these are the 4 that we found to be the stickiest so far. But like I mentioned, the market is so wide and the ocean is truly so big. We're bringing you today an opportunity as part of our $250,000 to $500,000 fundraising seed round. The minimum investment in this current round is $25K for 1% in this equity raise. We definitely see a potential for a Series A round in 12 to 18 months. So this round is priced at a 50% discount to that Series A. And we're conservatively forecasting a 10x return with the ability for that to be much larger since the ocean is so wide. The time really has never been better for a solution to engage audiences directly with compelling content. Content marketing is no longer a nice to have, it's a must have for all different types of businesses today. And with the right, efficient, effective product, a strong team, and the timing of the current environment, we are right on the cusp of a content marketing wave that's gaining momentum daily. Thanks so much to TCNewTech for having me tonight, and thanks to everyone that's listening.
Great, thank you, Nicholas. So we have about 4 more minutes for a Q&A as the questions start coming here. James says, no doubt video content is becoming more and more popular, but can you explain why it's important to engage your audience specifically with video?
Awesome. Yeah, I really appreciate that question, James. So I think it's really part of a 4-step process. Engagement is when someone's heart is full. And if you can engage your audience, they're going to become stickier. They're going to stay on for longer, give in higher amounts. That retention increases. That retention is going to lead to greater revenue. And the reason we all do what we do is to make an impact. And that greater revenue allows us to do that. So we really believe if you can turn on the faucet of engagement and crank that up, you'll see that retention, you'll see that revenue, and at the end of the day, you'll be able to make an even greater impact with your business.
Great, thank you. Let's see what comes up next. We're pulling these questions from a few platforms. We've got YouTube and Facebook primarily, so. Well, on that note, I would just suggest maybe if you could engage a little bit more on the algorithms, how the video, is suggested over others? Is there a specific introduction you could do to how that helps enhance?
Yeah, definitely. So our system is getting smarter every day because it's seeing how organizations are sharing content out and then tracking their engagement on their specific content. Inside the platform, you can tag media and tag supporters so it knows what content is performing really well and with what audiences, to be able to eventually in the future then turn around and start to suggest content strategies back to the customers on the platform.
Okay. Penny says, who is your competition?
Yeah, there's definitely a couple in the market, with one of the most notable ones being a product called Thank You. They're priced at $8,000 for an annual minimum 1-year contract. We've came into the market at a monthly subscription, $99 a month for our nonprofit partners, because we believe that we built this for the pet shelter down the street, all the way up to the American Cancer Society and everyone in between, because every organization making impact deserves to have the tools to grow that impact. And so I really appreciate that question, Penny. I think one of the things we see as a big differentiator is the concept of our mobile application, and then that really, really well-positioned price point that's allowing us to really help a lot of the market.
Great. I think we have time for one more question. James asks, do you have an example of Kind Catch that you could share?
I do. I have one up right here, and I'm really glad that someone asked. So I'll play this really quick.
Hi, my name is Marietta. I just want to say thank you so much for your blanket. It really did make my day. I'm very happy to say that next week I'm having my last round of chemo, and I'm technically already in remission. The cancer's all gone. I beat it. Thank you for bringing a smile to my face.
You could have 100 marketing meetings with your team and never come up with a story like Marietta just shared. And that is the power of user-generated content and the power of capturing those moments and sharing stories.
I think you just answered our last question, what makes it kind? All right, so will you consider to charge by results? That's the last question tonight.
No, yeah, I appreciate that question. I think there's definitely a case there to see as we move forward, that the ability to bring supporters to clicking call to action buttons and things that are all part of the platform today are definitely all in consideration for the product evolution. Today, we're excited to bring something to the market at a really affordable rate that truly moves the needle for organizations.
All right, Nicholas, thank you for your time tonight and good luck.
Thank
Everybody remember to vote CC for Kind Catch. Great, thanks.
Thank you.
And next, we will be sharing a video after this event, and this was created by Creative Coast. Creative Coast has been working hard to basically share more about Traverse City, why people would remotely want to choose to work here. So the video is about Kristen and Kian and their decision to work remote Traverse City. You won't be disappointed, and we're saving it for the end. And next, we also have our fourth presenter, Michael. Michael Hassiath. He is a U.S. Navy veteran and also the CEO of Wimage. And our Q&A will be handled by his creative director, Kevin Kamerad, to share more about the WIMI TV. And so pay attention, there might be a special guest, WIMI. Hopefully we'll see Michael here soon.
Hello, Traverse TCNewTech. It's good to be with you this evening. My name is Michael Hyacinth, and I apologize that I'm not able to be in this pitch competition live, but I did want to make sure I presented my company, and I'm proud to be here. Thank you, Jennifer, for having me and for allowing me to record this. As I mentioned, I'm Michael Hyacinth. I'm a military veteran. I'm also an entrepreneur. And my company, Wimage, Words to Images, is the founder of Wimi's Words. Prior to COVID, our company were scheduled to do classroom workshops. We were completing a program in partnership with some very, very great organizations. Unfortunately, COVID disrupted us, as I know it disrupted the entire world and many of the ventures, or perhaps those watching right now. So what we wanted to do is we wanted to make sure that we completed our obligation to these kids. And so our team, we got together and we created an online show called Wimi's Words. Wimi, you'll get to meet him, is a lovable robotic puppet, but this show is a web-based interactive live kid show that inspires imagination, vocabulary building, storytelling through puppetry, wordplay, and technology. And since March 30th, we have aired live almost 200 episodes. Could you believe that? 200 episodes every day, every weekday, Monday through Friday. And our program has established us to develop relationships with organizations in Detroit. And so since our launch, we've been really fortunate to continue to expand. And now we are doing animations. So we started in our attic March 30th, and now we're actually doing animations with our character, Wimmy, to continue to inspire kids to learn, to be playful, all through educational content. In addition to that, we also provide segments that inspire kids to learn different cultures and different languages. So every episode, we open up with an opening song. We show kids different things that are happening, different cultural experiments, different science experiments, but we actually allow them to create stories that are created by you, viewers. It's live. So parents, you can watch us, you can interact, you can send a word, and we take those words and we turn it into a story. And then after the story, we use our Wimage app, which we created, to turn that story into a visual representation. But it gets better. Now we take those words and we convert them into different languages. So those languages that you saw are what we actually help kids learn. Even at a young age, we know that kids' minds are sponges. So if we can inspire kids at an early age to learn different languages, they'll be more adept for the future as entrepreneurs, creatives, learners, and so forth. So this partnership with awesome organization in Grand Rapids, Kent District Library, was what allowed us to start this. And now we are streaming on various Facebook pages around West Michigan. So we film live, whether it's at our home studio, but our streaming goes to various locations: Kent District Library, Grand Rapids Library, Muskegon Area District Library, Newaygo Public Library, our own Facebook page, our own YouTube page. And we're hoping to connect with the Traverse City Library and other organizations in Traverse City so that kids can engage with our show. So we're doing this all inside our home studio. And so we want to make sure that we continue to do this. And how do we pay for this? We actually get libraries to subscribe to be featured on our show. We actually get sponsors. We're grateful for Gerber, who recognize the value. We're grateful for Bridge Street Market, which is a Meyer brand that is sponsoring the show. And so we think that Wimmy's Words can be the next organization similar to Peppa's Pig that has an educational reference. Right now, we just launched our own website, wimmy.tv, and we want you to check it out because we love it. And we think it's a great opportunity to inspire kids all around the West Michigan, all around Traverse City. Thank you very much.
Great, thank you. So next we have some Q&A. Hi, Kevin.
Hello, everybody.
So it's going to take a little minute here for the questions come in.
Sure thing.
Is there anything you'd like to add while we're waiting for the questions?
Sure thing. I'm the puppeteer on the show and doing it live. It's exciting. It's fun. And Wimmy's right here. So let me grab him. Hey, Wimmy. What? We're doing the live thing. Oh my goodness. Okay, great. Let me hop right here. Hi, friends. We play with words, ideas, and we're always looking for more sponsors and connections. And we want kids to know they have valuable, meaningful ideas, and they're part of it. They don't just watch the show; they create it and engage with us.
This is great.
Oh, thanks, Sarah. Yeah, I could sing songs if you like. I can answer questions. Oh, how many people work each episode? There's a whole team. Kevin's the puppeteer. His wife is the educational director from the library, from Kent District Library, keeping it rolling each day. There's about 5 to 6, 7 people involved in each episode. That teamwork is what really creates the synergy.
Great. Thanks for sharing that. We're still waiting for some more questions. Like I said, we've had a couple platforms we've aired this on. Is there anything else you'd like to share on how you could help get connected with other avenues for libraries as Michael had touched base on there.
Yeah, sure. Well, libraries can sign up. There's two aspects: watching the show, being part of it through their Facebook page, cross-posting, being part of the show, developing the content, and the Wimage app that Michael talked about. That's where it all began. He started the app, and then I came on board saying, yeah, I can sing and dance and play and get kids excited. And so the Wimage app is going to be web-based real soon. And right now it's for iPad, but pretty soon. Kevin, can you get out of the shot? I want to. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. We know he's part of the show because we tell kids that's how it works. I'm a puppet. But I thought I could just take the shot for now. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, that looks good. Good stuff. Okay, so oh yeah, web-based. You can go online pretty soon and subscribe to Wimage to create these visuals. You can change colors and shape and communicate from your brain into the world.
This has been the best yet. Any involvement with children has been one of my favorite TCNewTechs all over. It looks like we are running short on time here, so I want to remind everybody to use the DD code when voting for Wimage and Wimmy. Yeah, so we've got one more question. Is this a potential public view TV show?
Oh yeah, we've been working in conversations with the Michigan Learning Channel, actually, and GRTV here in Grand Rapids, and with the PBS affiliates, and all the possibilities. Yeah, well, many screen time activities for kids are lacking important fine motor or social skills. Does your platform contribute to these, or is it similar to other education shows with matching web content? Now, we're all about interacting and moving and wordplay. Like, we don't know what's going to happen until you, the viewers, interact, and then wordplay and spontaneity, and we do movement-based things. So I think I'm asking your question about the fine motor skills. Yeah, we want to get people moving, but especially our focus is creative thinking and that everyone has valuable ideas. Yeah, can you do this at home? Yeah. You just go to Facebook, find me on Facebook or YouTube, or kdl.org, wimmy.tv. It's accessible and expanding.
This is great. There's still so many parents teaching from home.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, go ahead.
Exactly. Have you heard if any teachers have built your content into their lesson plans?
Yeah, absolutely. Because we're based on wordplay, English learning, different languages. We have a math moment we do. And that's one thing we really want to expand is not only to have the show where you interact with it. You're still in the shot, Kevin. Okay. That's better. Now we're talking. Yeah, we want to create. We haven't had the resources to do it yet, but to create an activity page for every episode. So you watch it, you interact, but then boom, you take the song, the story, the experiment, the partnership, and you know how, as a parent or teacher, to take it further. Ooh, have you heard of any teachers that built the content? Oh yeah, that was the one. Yeah. The answer is yes. And expanding.
Well, it looks like we're almost time here, so we really appreciate you joining us tonight.
Well, thanks.
It was nice to meet you.
Likewise, pleasure's all mine.
All right, great. Thanks. So voting will begin soon. So at this time, you have 2 minutes to vote, and it's best business ideas are likely to scale, create employment opportunities, higher paying jobs. Pretty much the TCNewTech mission. Here's the screen Jennifer just shared with us. Oh, we can't hear you, Jennifer. There you go. Nice to have you back.
I do that every month. But yeah, here we go. This is the live voting begins now. So text in your votes. If you're voting for AIRS, our first presenter, it's AA, MedPros Share, BB, and Wimage is DD. And looks like I made a typo here. Who was our third presenter? It was Kind Catch. Yes, Kind Catch is CC.
Great. Lots of great presenters tonight. Every industry, just different topics. Definitely leading in what's needed, I could see. So we're going to thank our in-kind sponsors. We have Kelly. Kelly is our now president of TCNewTech, and she also manages our website with Workshop 6-7. And also we have other in-kind sponsors. So we're right here at 20 Fathoms. Thank you for sharing your space as always. DGN Advisories, once again, Elevate Net, True Jobs. Check our board. We'll be talking a little bit more on that. Quick Prints has been there to help us get the word out. Sample Serve, we're missing our original founder, Russell, at the events, but it was good to see him today. North Coast Legal and Josh's production, always thankful for your help, always. He keeps the ball rolling behind the scenes. And American Solutions, Rod has brought us a lot of opportunity for marketing materials, just getting our name out there. So.
Okay, and let's see where we are, if the results are finished or not. We had 3 seconds left. And it looks like, I think it's kind of looking like Britta from MedPros.
Awesome. Thank you, everyone.
Congratulations.
Britta. Yeah.
The Sunset over Marquette won it.
I think you're right. And so, yeah, when you're in Traverse City, you have to stop by 20 Fathoms and check us out. Absolutely. And we sure appreciate you coming and pitching tonight. So we're going to put you back in the green room for now and move on with our program.
Nice to meet you.
All right.
So once again, we have our job board. True Jobs has been powering our board since the beginning. If you have an opportunity you would like to post, we have that option with True Jobs. We also are powering this with Creative Coast and 20 Fathoms to maximize the opportunity. So check it out if you're seeking a job in the Traverse City or widespread area.
And thank you, Sarah, for being here tonight and helping. You were an excellent co-host. You did a great job. So you're giving Lisa a run for her money. You did a really good job. And we had so many great presenters. That makes our job, makes it easier, doesn't it? We have so many good presenters. And then next up, we just want to say, hope that you come back next month. Could be virtual. Who knows? We could have some sort of a in-person event as well. And now we want to play this quick video. It's about a 3-minute video, but I know you'd really enjoy hearing the story of Kirsten and Keenan. So stick around for that video, and then that will be the end of our broadcast. So we'll get on.
I would honestly say that the people is maybe one of the most underrated, or something that you wouldn't think of when moving back to either a small town or a rural environment. The demographics here are extraordinarily different than San Francisco, but we've managed to find amazing people who are super cool, and we share a lot of either hobbies or other things in common with that have made living here pretty awesome.
Yeah. Y'all, can you tell I'm like shivering?
Are you?
No, I can't. Okay, I keep like. Okay.
You can start.
Great. I'm Kristen Burlacher, and I work for Airbnb, actually, based out of San Francisco, and I oversee their humanitarian team.
And my name's Keenan May. I'm trained as an architect and do a little bit of architecture, but I work also in a tech company who is, we used to be based out of San Francisco, but now we're based out of Nevada.
Yeah, we have a daughter who's coming up on 2 years old, and so we spent my maternity leave here, which was a great kind of test of the waters, and then after that just made the move and decided this was where we wanted to be, and it's been incredible.
We're, I think, a little skeptical on the schools here and the resources available here for raising her, for helping raise her. But I think we're pretty excited about what we found so far. There are amazing schools, and there are amazing families that we share time with. And to be able to live in an environment like this where we get out all the time, every day with her is, I think, second to none.
Yeah.
The winter in northern Michigan wasn't necessarily any kind of roadblock. It was almost a little bit refreshing because with winter comes fall and spring. And coming from a location where we otherwise didn't see any seasonality, it was a wonderful change. Like to have that dynamism throughout the year, everything from the trees to the snow to the the water changing, is welcoming us, I think. But
don't get me wrong, winter is brutal.
Yeah.
And you figure out ways to enjoy it. But I think that's the point. You have to figure out ways to enjoy it and get outside.
I think just to point out the obvious too, like Michigan is very different than the West Coast. It's very different than the East Coast. It's different from a scalar perspective, right? The mountains are smaller, they're mostly hills. The waves are maybe smaller, they're completely different. There are all of these kind of differences in scale, but they all make up for themselves in just completely new opportunities or new ways of looking at things. So I think it's those kind of either dichotomies or that dynamism that makes it so interesting and enjoyable.